Okay, mate. So let's look here. Any idea how where to estimate the stop hunt going? It's yeah, it's very interesting. It's it's moving beautifully so far. The big question here is can it hold these? Can it hold this instead of rolling over? If it holds it, it can go a lot higher. The big question is, can it hold? Like even on a 3-day here, there's a new 3-day candle in 6 hours time. There is a potential for this to start moving up and fill some of the 3-day candle, right? So that's just something to note. The weekly, here's the problem, right? We've filled the weekly, and yeah, we've come back down now. At this point, you have to think that the weekly will be resistance. But is there a possibility that this, can move up into the weekly open? There's 5 days left, so there's a long time left, and there's a bit of support here because this is where it listed on Binance. That's also a 2-week candle as well. So we have to think that it's not going to flip red. I mean, unless there is a real sell-off, a real rug pull or something. But it's at 39 now, and you have to think that the 27 level should hold. I'm going to go back to that 2-day again. Actually, that was interesting. Yeah, 2-day flipping green here. You can see a 2-day flipping green trying to pop up and fill some of that wick. Where's the daily now? So, what we're left with, I don't think it's going to flip red at this point. It is bullish above this level. The weekly open is up here. So what we would like to see is some sort of recovery somehow. So on a new 3-day, a new day and a new 3-day, we would like to see a move up into this level, onto the weekly. Right? It's not an easy task after taking liquidity and flipping red. Right? So the new daily needs to be watched carefully. Right? You want to see a small dip. Well, we want to see how this closes first, but what we want to see is a small dip down, and then a continuation on a new 3-day. I think that on a new 3-day, the big test is actually going to be the previous highs. Wherever this highs is today, I think on a new 3-day, price will want to come up and test this. We need to be careful that there's a chance it could stop hunt above the previous highs, right? If it fails, that's a failure point. If it can get through that, well, then price is going to start targeting the weekly open up in here. If it starts targeting the weekly open, it's a good sign of strength, and it opens the door for higher prices then next week. So it I would suggest it needs to be watched carefully, step by step. Trump is going to come out with a lot of news over the next few days. If Trump says anything about crypto, well, this is going a lot higher. So I'll keep this video short and sweet. It's bullish above this stop hunt level now. I think so far it looks good. That it's 6 hours left and it's going to close semi-decent. It opens the door for an attempt at a push on a new 3-day, as we talked about. That first resistance is here at double top of today. So, that it might initially sell off from there, but if it can get through that level, the next level is up here. And then we got to watch very carefully. There's a I don't know if I should say it or not. I definitely don't want to get people's hopes up, because this, liquidity could get pulled on this at any point really and moved out of the market or anything. But there's going to be a lot of hype around Trump recently. There's a chance that it could eventually move back up to here, which is a point that I would suggest it could fail. But who knows if it can get up here first? I'm not even too sure on that. If he didn't release the Melania thing, the wife thing, I think Trump would be a lot stronger and a lot better. People are now more skeptical of his actions. Is it a cash grab or whatever? It may not be trusted as so good. So I think that's put a damper on things, to be honest. But yeah. So anyway, that would be my plan on it. I've had some very nice trades off this the last few days. Even though I slept through this, like I started buying, I bought here at the lows somewhere, and then I added below, and I got my average right down to here somewhere, and I was sleeping, and it bounced 60%, but when I woke up it was bloody here. So then it dropped down in here or whatever, and it it bounced back up, and then I sold before this started flushing down to here. I just got out. I posted in the group that there's no Trump pump because of no crypto announcement, and then then it later dropped down to here, came back down. But I missed the big gains on it. Obviously, I missed the 60% bounce because I was sleeping, and then obviously I hoped Trump would announce something and it might get that pump, but it never happened. But that's the way it goes. And then here today, buying at the lows here for a bit of a bounce. But I was sleeping again then. My sleeping pattern's a bit messed at the moment. I need to try and flip that to be trading the open properly. But yeah, on a new day then down below here, I did post on the group that there's a bullish 1 hour stop on. Let's have a look at that actually, because it was important, and it's important to understand these. It was below the previous day's low. Where was that? Is that here? Yeah. So there's the previous day's low there. It dropped lower where I was saying, suggesting that there could be a buy below the previous low, and then you had this bullish 1 hour stop hunt. So from the bullish 1 hour stop hunt, it allowed traders to manage their risk accordingly. You can buy this now with a very tight stop below here, or even just trade the new candle. If it starts flipping green, try and get long, and if it's holding, stay long, and you can see where it went. I mean, it was a 30% bounce off that. And I think Broccoli was asking about it. I just realized I never replied to her, but I was going to bed at this point, so I never got to reply. I think she got confused at what I was trying to show, and then you were telling her what happened. So yeah, thanks for that. So I need to make her a video here now and just talk her through that. Now, I will say I am a little bit skeptical that these gains could sell off from here. So we need to watch this into the end of the day, right? It's not a foregone conclusion that this is definitely going to hold up. Over the next 6 hours is very important to show the strength of this close. If this starts selling off in the market, and if Bitcoin sells off or something, and we need to be watching here, because this could break down below the lows. So this needs to start holding up.